Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about color correctors. So we're going to be doing a battle of the color correctors, and I have some thoughts to share. There's some wear tests and we'll see which one wins and which one is going back to the store. Stay tuned. So we're going to be talking about 5 color correctors today. One from Nicks Cosmetic, one from Becca, one from Charlotte Tilbury, one from Decay, and one from Maybelline. So 5 color correctors, all with shades that should complement my complexion, and we'll see what happens. A color corrector is when you apply a cosmetic of one color to cancel out a color that's occurring naturally on your face. For example, I have dark under eyes that have blue and purple and brown in that make up that darkness under my eye. On a color wheel, the color that cancels out that blue and purple is more of a red or orange color, and depending on my complexion and depending on the depth of the darkness that you're trying to correct. Color correcting as a theory was very popular and became very trendy to do about 3 or 4 years ago. And so you can look online on YouTube and see tons of old videos about color correcting. You'll notice that it kind of has gone out of fashion for some people, and that's for people who typically did not have severe discoloration to contend with. Now, for those of us that have severe discoloration, meaning a color on your face that is not the majority of the color of your face. So in my case, the majority of my complexion is one shade, but under my eyes is a very dark, shadowy hyperpigmentation that I have to deal with. And in order to cancel some of that out, in order to give me an even complexion, I can sometimes utilize a color corrector. For myself, I have at times found that I was not using color correctors as much because it seemed like an extra step. But here lately, I've been interested in going back at it, seeing what's new, seeing if I have different results from what I used to have. In the past, the ones that I have used have been the Knicks and the Maybelline, as well as one other that you'll see in one of the days that we are testing these out. Now, the new ones for me, the ones that I wanted to test out as well to see how they performed, were the Becca Under Eye Corrector and the Charlotte Tilbury Under Eye Corrector. As well, there was one other new one, and that was also the Decay color corrector. So those were 3 new ones for me that I wanted to see if they were any different from the ones that I used in the past. So if you're interested in what results we came up with, stay tuned. All right, so this is what we're looking like after applying the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector and the Pat McGrath concealer in shade 19, as well as a little Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder and mascara. It's pretty good. I like that. Okay, let's see how it wears. See you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, I'm just doing a check-in. It's been, I don't know, about 5 hours or so. I've been outside with my family, cooking out and hanging out, enjoying the weather. The concealer and color corrector combination seems to be holding up nicely. The makeup's wearing down, or excuse me, the concealer's wearing down just a little bit, but I don't see any additional cakiness that's being caused by the added layer of the color corrector. So that is good. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey you guys, it is the end of the night and I am about to go to bed. I've had this makeup on for about 9 hours, and that color corrector and concealer combo wore very, very nicely. I'm going to try it again with a different concealer and see how it wears. Now, mind you, I don't have on any other makeup, just color corrector and a little concealer and a little finishing powder, or excuse me, a little pressed powder. And that's it. And this is how it wore. So I'm happy with that. And I'll check you guys on the next wear day. Bye. Hello everyone. So today is the day that we're going to be looking at the color corrector from Urban Decay. It is the Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid. I have mine in the shade Deep Peach. We have done our skin prep already. We're just going to go straight in with the corrector. That's the amount I'm going to apply. We're going to be using our Real Techniques domed shadow brush to work that color corrector in under the eyes, and a little bit on the inner 1/3 of the lid where it's particularly dark. I may have gone in just a little too far down. So if you happen to see that orange through my foundation, well, that'll just be a knock against me and not the corrector. Alrighty. Okay. So that is what that corrector looks like close up. Okay. Let's go ahead and apply some foundation. This Bite Beauty foundation is so good to me. It just works for me. I can't even explain. The formula is just peculiar, but it just works. I love it a lot. I've been using it now for, gosh, over a month, and I keep trying to find something I don't like about it. And it works with my skin perfectly. Isn't it funny how when a lot of people don't like a product, you kind of think, well, what's wrong with me? I need to figure out why I don't like it. Sometimes you just like it. All right. Let's see. The concealer we're going to go in with today is one of our favorites. Actually, I think this might be my favorite concealer of all time. And this is the Cover FX Power Play Concealer, and I use the shade in Deep 1. brushed my eyebrows. And let's do a quick lip, mascara, and we'll get out of here for the day. But before I do, let me give you an up-close look of what the color corrector and concealer are looking like. Okay, I'm back, and this is our final look. Let's go ahead and take a quick up-close look at this color corrector concealer combo. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Let's see how it wears. Hey guys, it's the end of the night. I am very happy with the way the Urban Decay color corrector and the Cover FX Power Play concealer, how well they work together. Let's take a look at the under eye. You know, it's been 7-8 hours, so it's been a while, so it's worn down. I'm still wearing that Bite foundation, flawless. But other than that, that's what that one's looking like, and we'll take some pictures to try to compare all of our color correctors at the end of the evening. Have a good night. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue our quest for the best color corrector. And today I'm going to discuss a color corrector that I have wanted for a very, very long time, and that is the Becca Under Eye Corrector. This comes in 2 shades, light to medium and medium to deep. So I did get medium to deep. I just want to show you proof that I purchased the medium to deep shade. Hope you can see that. And here's the container. It also says medium to deep. However, y'all, this is what they consider medium to deep. Becca, come on. You know better. You can do better. This is medium. This is medium. There's no deep anywhere. And I'm going to actually do a side-by-side comparison to these Knicks dark circle correctors. Now, the reason I'm going to do that is because the formula feels eerily similar, and I've been using these for a very, very long time. When I say these, it's because when I initially picked this up, I wasn't paying attention. This was a long time ago, and I kept these because I knew I wanted to do a video about it. And I picked this one at first, not looking. Well, that says light, so obviously it's not going to work on me. But I'm going to swatch it for you, just so you can see what it looks like. So that, let me do a better swatch. That is the light corrector. Once again, that's the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. And they come in little pots. And this one is NYX's medium. Now let's just, for comparison's sake, look at them in the pot. NYX's medium and Becca's medium. Becca's medium is a little bit deeper, so I guess they're like, well, it's medium to deep. No. No, Becca, no. Stop it right now. Here's NYX's medium. Give you a little bit more there so you can actually see the difference. That's medium. And this is the deep shade by NYX, and this is the one that I use. So that's Deep by NYX, and that's the medium to deep from Becca. So Becca, you could have at least matched Knicks. Come on now. I'm so mad. I want to return it. That's how mad I am. $30. Mm-mm. And that's the deep one by Knicks. So deep, medium, light by Knicks Cosmetics. And this one is the new one. This is medium to deep from Becca. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the ring light down so you can see it even better. So the medium to deep in Becca most closely resembles the medium in Knicks. I will say that the formula of the Becca one is more creamy, and I'm not sure how that's going to work with my under eye wrinkles because I'm afraid that it's going to sink into those wrinkles and be a hot mess. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give it a easier chance. And I'm going to put the Becca one on my eye that has less dark circles. But this one does have more wrinkles. So I don't know if I'm giving it a better shot or not. But this is what my face is. So this is what I have to contend with, is the wrinkles as well as the dark circles. That's the main reason I'm doing this video, is because there's lots of videos on under eye correctors for brown skin. But there's not as many for brown skin once you start to get some fine lines and wrinkles. And that's what I'm here for. That's why I created my channel, to kind of walk through these things together and figure them out together. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with Knicks because I know how it works. It works great. I've been using it for a long, long time. Now, I will say I have, like a lot of people, fallen out of daily use with color correctors, just because sometimes it feels like an extra step, and I have just started to use more orange undertone concealers, and then it balances out once I put a translucent powder on it. That's kind of my trick to forego this step. But when I want to be flawless, I want the dark circles to be minimized as much as possible, this is one of the two that I reach for. And the other one we're going to check in another day. So go ahead and Knicks. We said we were going to put Knicks here. I really concentrated in that deep hollow right there. And so don't get me wrong, the Knicks one isn't even that dark. I have one that I use more regularly, but this was the first one that I found that wasn't too creamy, because I used to use this 6-pan color corrector thing. I think that was also by Knicks, but it was too waxy and creasy and yucky. So I'm not even putting that one in, because unfortunately I do still have it, but it's expired. I don't use that. I think I kept it just for reference. Well, since I kept it for reference, why don't I get it and show you guys? This is what I'm talking about. This 6-pan concealer corrector palette. NYX, I think, still sells this. This is the one in deep, and it's good if you don't have as much texture under your eye. The colors are good, the staying power is good. It's just, it's a little too much if you've got some lines. So if you don't have as many lines and texture as I do, you might really, really enjoy this. And it's a good value. So. All right, so we're going to put the Knicks one away so that I don't accidentally dip back into it. I'm going to clean off my brush with some Cinema Secret. And now we're going to go into the Becca. So it's much looser. The texture is looser. Y'all, I might not even be able to rock with this. Just because I'm filming another video after this. For full disclosure, I'm filming another video after this. It's for a very, very important person. And I don't want to look crazy. I really don't. I'm going to try finish my makeup and see how it looks. But the problem with too light of an under eye corrector is it makes a gray cast, and you see that grayness under your concealer, and I don't like that. We'll try it. We need to try it. We purchased it. We need to try it. I'm just mad. I'm mad that they called this medium to deep. All right. So NYX in deep, Becca medium to deep. I'm so mad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna get over it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm over it. Ugh. All right. Now, which concealer to use today? So we need to go in with one that I know works. I don't have any problems. Oh, I'm sorry. That threw me for such a loop. I went out of order. I typically put my foundation on first. So let's go ahead. We'll speed through this. I'm going to use the Bite Changemaker foundation. All right, guys. I think we're going to stop this right here. And I'm going to take this off. I don't even think I want to do a full wear test on this because, do y'all see this? I mean, it looks like the end of the day on both sides. So I used to swear by this NYX one. Truth be told, I haven't worn it in a while because when I do color correct, I usually use this other one by Maybelline that I'm going to show you tomorrow. But like I said, I have another video to film. It's an important one to me. Abort. We can't look like this. Okay. So I'm going to take this all off. I'm going to come back. And I know what I'll do. I really enjoyed the Charlotte Tilbury one the other day that we tried. So I'm going to revisit the Charlotte Tilbury, but this time I'm going to use it with a foundation because that day I just slapped the corrector and a concealer on, and that was that. So we'll do the Charlotte Tilbury, some foundation and a concealer, and I'm sorry, the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector, and then we'll go from there. So unfortunately, This Becca, it's a fail. I'm not doing a wear test looking like this. Okay, thanks guys. I'll see you in a bit. All right, take two. And we're back. So I've taken off my makeup, reapplied my skincare. First, I'm going to go ahead and apply the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector. The names of these products are just so long, I swear. All right, the Magic Vanish Under Eye and Face Cheat for intense color correction. Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish. That's what we're going to call it, because that whole under eye and face cheat for intense color correction. Charlotte, we love you, but that's too long. So Magic Vanish it is. Okay. Anyway, we've already reviewed this. We already like this. So we're going to go in with that. I'm going to speed through all of this and get back to you when it's done. Bye. Real quick, I forgot to mention to you guys, I love how sheer this is because it's very buildable. When I use a brush like this is that Dome Shadow Brush that we've been using for all of the color correctors. The formula is not super creamy and it lays down a nice thin layer. And so I failed to mention that in the first video where we use this color corrector, but I really appreciate how thin it is because you do get the color correction, but you don't feel like you have a lot of added weight under the eye. So I really appreciate the formula on this. I appreciate the colors too, but I really appreciate that formula. It's nice. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this highlighter from Artist Couture, Purple Dream. Girl, it looks gold, right? I got this in a BoxyCharm last year, and I was like, why do they call it Purple Dream? I'll show you. So it looks gold until you apply it, and it gives that purple shift. Oh man, the camera's not picking it up. It's so pretty. So pretty. And you don't get to wear a purple highlighter that often and have it look natural. But because it has that gold in there, so pretty. So I go very lightly with this, like the tiniest little bit. And you get that gold and purple flip. Oh, it's so pretty. This is the only loose highlighter that I'll even bother with, because loose highlighter can be a lot. It can be a lot to deal with. But, oh, man, is that pretty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Angel, you did that. Mm-hmm. I love it so, so much. So that is the look. Let's get on a little closer and look at that color corrector concealer combination. Now, when you have severe dark circles, honestly, getting complete blanked out, getting complete blanked out under eyes is probably not possible. But this is really, really good for me. I feel like it's enough where I feel confident, I feel pretty, and isn't that what it's all about? So I'm happy with the way this looks. I really like the way this looks, and I know because I said it with Laura Mercier, it's gonna last. So, but we'll check back in because I didn't do a full face of makeup when I used the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector the first time. So it'll be more fair, more even playing field with what we did with Urban Decay yesterday. So that is all we have. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Hey everybody, so I am checking in, just doing a little cooking as usual. Seems like we're cooking constantly these days, right? Well, got a little shrimp and grits on the menu today, so that's what I'm working on. Little grits, a little shrimp stock, bacon and onions. That's always good. Anyway, that's not why y'all came. We came to look at the concealer and corrector combination. Still looks good. This one I think is a hit. All right, talk to you guys later. Oh, it's been about 4 hours. Okay, bye. Hey everybody. So it is evening time now. Honestly, I don't know what time it is. It's somewhere between 11 and 12. And I'm gonna call it a night. This makeup looks great. You know, the wrinkles are there, but those are just my regular lines and wrinkles. There's nothing gathering in them. There's no separation, no excess clinginess of product. Overall, it's a good combination. So today's combination, just to recap, was the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector, the Cover FX Power Play concealer, and the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And this was the final look. I'm happy with it, and it's coming in strong. So we'll have to check in tomorrow and see who our next contender is. All right, you guys have a good evening. Today, the product that is in question is the Master Camo Color Corrector by Maybelline, and I have mine in the shade Apricot for dark circles on light to medium skin tones. The reason I chose this one, even though it says light to medium skin tones, and they do have one for medium to deep, this one has a lot of depth to it, and it actually works for my skin tone. It's the one that I use most often. Before I purchased the Urban Decay and the Charlotte Tilbury and the Becca color correctors. So this is one of the ones that I already had, and this is the one out of the ones that I had that I used the most when I did color correct. So we're going in today with Maybelline. Once again, our Bite Foundation and Cover FX Power Play Concealer and Laura Mercier Powder. Same old, same old. And I'm going to speed through that, and I'll see you guys here in a second. That is the Maybelline Master Camo color corrector. That's what it looks like under foundation and concealer and powder. And you can't see any of the orangeness, but it's also not ashy and giving a gray cast. Is it completely opaque? No. But I'm happy with that. There's not a lot of collection under my eyes. Looks pretty good. We'll finish up our makeup, and I'll see you guys back here in a second. Okay, guys, this is the final look for today. Nothing extraordinary. It's more about the under eye today. I'm going to come in real close so you can take a look. This is what we're looking like. Okay, so I do have to rush out into the garden and take care of covering up my plants because it's supposed to, we're supposed to have a frost tonight, and I've got to get everything covered up. And other than that, I'm going to try to have a relaxing day. It is Mother's Day weekend, and just going to enjoy the day, kind of keep it low-key besides working in the garden for a little bit, but it's not too hot because the temperature is dropping. So we'll see how our under eye fares. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. I've used this combination before, but just for so you guys can see it, I'll check back in a few hours. Bye. Hey guys, I wanted to show you guys something really quick. When I get in the car, you know how you pull your fold down mirror, you pull your mirror down and it shows the real deal of what's going on. The reason I like this combination is because of how smooth it is when you first apply it. That particular color corrector doesn't add any weight under the eye, and that's really, really important when you have fine lines and wrinkles. So I just wanted to show you guys that, because that mirror in the car, it never lies. it never lies. So when I saw that, I was like, let me hop back on camera and show them what I'm seeing. Obviously, when I look at myself this way, you know, I have deep set eyes, so the lines appear, but that smoothness that you get where nothing is separating in those lines, because you know how that happens when you get a sticky or overly emollient product and it kind of gets into the lines and it separates and it's just a giant mess. That doesn't happen. So even though the skin around the eyes folds and it creases naturally, it's nice when the under eye products don't do anything strange, doesn't excessively crease or break apart in that textured area. It just kind of goes with it, and I really, really wanted to show you guys what a good situation is going to look like on under eyes that have more texture. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey everybody, It has been about 6 hours since I applied this makeup, and I'm about to get down with my Mother's Day gift, some crabs. Woo! Anyway, let's look at this concealer and color corrector. It's fine. I've worn this before. It wears well. What I am noticing was a little dryness today, and that might have been because I added a little bit too much powder. I'm not sure, but just to be transparent, I see a little dryness under the eye. But overall, no separation. Mm, no real changes. I do see a little shadow on this side that wasn't there earlier. But other than that, everything looks about how I expected it. Some mild wear and overall pretty good performance. So I don't know if I'm going to check in later. I'm going to try to remember. If not, happy Mother's Day, and I will see you guys at the roundup. Bye. Okay, so as a final recap, let's take a look at all 5 color correctors that were in question. And what I'm going to show you are swatches on 2 different complexions. Both of those complexions happen to be on my same arm because I have been out in the garden quite a bit this spring. So I have 2 different complexions to show you the difference. Okay, I would imagine that that's about an NC 45 if you're using MAC complex or MAC products, maybe even close to a Fenty 370 or 380, and this is probably closer to a 345 in Fenty, and maybe an NC 43 or 44, 43 I think. So you see how these color correctors look in color. We're just talking about the color for now. This is the Becca under eye corrector, the Knicks dark circle corrector, the Maybelline Master Camo corrector in apricot, the Urban Decay color the Urban Decay color corrector in dark peach or deep peach, and the Charlotte Tilbury corrector in tan. These are those same colors, just on a lighter complexion. This is once again, that's the Becca, NYX, Maybelline, Urban Decay, and Charlotte Tilbury. Now, for me, the texture and the finish that I enjoyed most under my eyes was the Charlotte Tilbury. Okay. I also enjoyed the color. Now, it depends on what my complexion is like versus my under eye complexion, but I tended to appreciate the depth of the Charlotte Tilbury one as well. The amount of orange pigment, it might not work as well in the wintertime for me, in which case I might opt for this Maybelline one, and that is the one that I have been using most often when I do choose to color correct. The one that I think is a good alternative, but I did have some issues with the texture, is the Urban Decay. Now, the Urban Decay has a great depth to it, and I think that it could work for a variety of medium dark to dark complexions. However, you have to have a little less texture under the eye than what I have, because I found a little bit of cakiness because it's a thicker formula, and a little bit of separation because it is quite emollient. Now, it does dry down, so perhaps I need to use a lighter layer of it, as well as pairing it with a concealer like my Cover FX, because when I wore it with heavier concealers, it was just all too much. So a little too much cakiness from a heavier concealer, a little too much from the thickness of the formula. But overall, if I took the time, if I had the time to take, and I used a light layer of it, and I paired it with the right concealer, it was good. But overall, I think my favorite two, the Maybelline one is still a really, really good contender for me. And that Charlotte Tilbury is one of my new favorites. Now, one that I was very upset with, you guys saw, that was the Becca. And honestly, it had both problems with the texture and the color for me. So perhaps if it comes in a shade that would better suit deeper skin tones, I could give it another try. But as of right now, that's going to be a complete pass for me. I actually think I am going to return it. I was pretty upset. And I was a little saddened by one of my old favorites from Knicks. It just didn't perform the way it used to. And I guess, you know, products get better over time. Technology improves and time rolls on. But that, I'm glad I did test it again up against some of the new stuff, because it, you know, wasn't as good as it used to be. But that's our recap for today. The clear winner for me was the Charlotte Tilbury, but I also really enjoy the Urban Decay under the right circumstances, and I'm still a fan of the Maybelline Master Camo. So there you have it. If you have any color correctors that you want us to test out, maybe do a round 2 of this, put them down in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.